We are now moving towards the last speaker of the conference, that too through video link. Sajjad Parmar, head of Reward APAC eBay, will be talking about artificial intelligence in talent sourcing.
It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm hoping to spend the next 15 to 20 minutes talking about AI in talent sourcing. Very बहुत शुक्रिया invitation का. Incidentally, I just remembered that this is actually my second talk at KSBL. And last time my talk, I think almost about a couple of years back, वो AI in HR में ही था. So obviously we'll use the opportunity today and lean in a little bit more around AI in talent sourcing. I want to divide my talk over the next 15-20 minutes into three parts. I want to talk about a little bit of a macro environment and how it links to HR and what's happening right now from a regional global perspective. I want to talk about then leaning in specifically on AI in talent sourcing. And then lastly, which is very important, is why essentially the benefits of driving an AI-driven approach as far as talent sourcing is concerned. Before I do any of that, let me just say that जब मैं AI की specifically बात कर रहा हूँ, so AI does not just really mean AI, but it actually means AI plus any data-driven model. A lot of tools essentially don't require AI, in my view. We have now very sophisticated and comprehensive, data models that do actually exactly the same thing. अगर आप HR tech arena देखें दुनिया में right now, globally, in Singapore alone, in the last, I would say 3 to 4 years, there are more than 100 companies under the tech startup area that are offering products and solutions. Globally, there are about 300 plus, and I would say that about 50% of them are actually not, even though they say that they are underpinned by AI, it's actually not AI, it's data models. And I just want to make sure that I qualify that upfront. ये बहुत ज़रूरी है हमारे डिस्टिंग्विश करना कहाँ पे AI actually use हो रहा है और हो सकता है, and then secondly where actually your data models are more than efficient and sufficient to do the work. So let's get on with it. If we think about the business and if you think about how we drive business, right? We've always had data, right? Businesses use data models. Finance uses financial analytics, and they've always been using it for a while. A lot of our business decisions are made on analytics using tools and technologies, and obviously I would say that the amount of data that's being generated now, more than ever, it's become even more important for us to make sure that we have the frameworks and structures to look at that data. अगर हम अपने आप को एक strategic business partner बोलते हैं HR, then I think it applies and it should apply to the same for us as well. And I think in the last 4 to 5 years in particular, the whole area of analytics and technology within HR has also moved quite a bit. I would say in the last 24 months, especially underpinned by the pandemic, fundamentally, हमारा way of working has changed. In a lot of areas, we have really accelerated the change, especially if you think about the entire area of HR analytics, which is again underpinned by a lot of data. Then I think that's the area that we have stepped up, and the companies that have not stepped up, I absolutely feel that we must step up. मुझे लगता है कि apart from tools and technology, एक दूसरा area जहाँ पे हमने बहुत struggle करा है over the years, and I personally felt a lot of challenge personally, and I've also been challenged by my colleagues and my friends, is around consistency, fairness, and transparency as far as our decision making is concerned, our processes is concerned, our structures, our programs, and our frameworks, right? The biggest challenge, the biggest question that I've been thrown at is कि HR वाले बंदे जो हैं वो दो लोगों के लिए अलग decisions क्यों लेते हैं? हमारी policies में transparency क्यों नहीं है? Why can I not get a straight answer, right? And rightly so, again in my experience as well, we don't do a good job at that, right? So the reason I'm giving you this background is that if I think about analytics, if I think about tools and technology, if I think about data-driven models, if I think about consistency, fairness, and transparency, these to me are opportunities, right? Like I said, in the last 4 to 5 years, जितना हमने HR के अंदर progression देखा है in terms of tools and technology, the progression we have seen in the evolving world of analytics, right? The investment companies have made in tools and technologies, in analytics, even in talent analytics as far as skill set building is concerned. Right now, HR analytics is the #1 skill required around the world, right? And so if I extrapolate that to HR and to specifically now sourcing, to me it's absolutely, there's no doubt that we should be doing more and more of this, right? अगर हम specifically AI talent sourcing की बात करें, to me it's a no-brainer. I mentioned earlier that within the HR spectrum, अगर हम देखें, there are areas where absolutely AI is going to do a lot of amazing work. There are other areas where you don't need AI, and perhaps sophisticated data models is enough. If I look at my area, which is compensation, to be honest, I don't think we need AI right now. We don't. In fact, my company, we use a very extensive, complicated data models to drive our compensation decision making, and I think that's more than enough. But अगर मैं AI talent sourcing के हवाले से सोचूं, then I think it's a fantastic area to make sure that we're investing in the right technologies and we're building really robust AI platforms and interfaces to drive talent sourcing in particular. अगर आप process को अगर study करेंगे talent sourcing के हवाले से, right? And if you think about कि हम जब किसी को assess करते हैं, unfortunately, most of our processes and most of the companies are still doing the more traditional models, which is, obviously either या तो resume पे review कर लें, या आप उनको personality test दे दें, या एक form fill कर लें, या आप cognitive test ले लें, right? Unfortunately, all of these are one-sided. When was the last time that you can tell me when you applied for a role and they said कि आप हमें ज़रा interview भी दें, आप form भी fill करें, आप personality test भी दें, आप cognitive test भी दें, आप behavioral assessment भी दें, right? Because me as an individual, I am not just an output of an assessment test. I am not an output of a behavioral test, right? As an individual, right, the skills and expertise and competencies that I have, they are a lot more than just one test. And that's to me the power that AI and talent sourcing can bring. That using technology, using AI, using data models, I can look and assess a candidate from various factors and make sure कि उसका जो assessment हो रहा है वो 100% accurate है to the best of the solution that we have, the technology that we're using, obviously, and make sure that we're giving that feedback back to the candidate as well, right? So the question to me is कि हम लोग क्यों नहीं कर रहे हैं ये? And that's why to me I strongly feel a fully holistic AI-driven assessment tool is going to help, right? And like I said, starting point ही हमारा, अगर हम जब पूरे HR value chain की बात करते हैं और we start from talent acquisition, which is the first step for us, if we can make sure that we have a robust platform, we have robust technology to make sure that the starting point is done correctly, then obviously it is going to have impact on the entire value chain, right? So to me, it's a no-brainer as far as AI and talent sourcing is concerned, that the companies must invest in this. अगर आप AI नहीं कर सकते, no problem. If you can make sure that you have an interface that is really holistic, like I said, it looks at the various elements of being a candidate, right? Whether it's cognitive, behavioral, assessment के point of view से, तो we must invest in that, and we must make sure that we're elevating our practices using the right tools and technologies. Coming to the third part, which is really around why are we doing this? क्या benefits क्या हैं उसके? भाई, it sounds very nice. AI हर जगह पे ज़ाहिर है, everybody's using AI, बहुत अच्छी बात है. लेकिन उसके benefits क्या हैं? Why? Right, the big question. So I want to share 6 benefits that at least that come to my mind as far as having an AI-driven approach is concerned. The first one is inclusive. We know for a fact that we all have conscious and unconscious biases, right? इसको अगर मैं extrapolate करूँ in other areas, I would say कि compensation में बहुत strong हमारे पास biases हैं, conscious and unconscious biases. हमारे पास I actually deal with leaders who are verbal about their biases कि कुछ functions में particular jobs हैं, उनमें एक particular gender apply ज़्यादा करता है क्योंकि उसकी sourcing pool बड़ा है, and they would prefer to do that. It's not the right thing, but they're very sure about it and they're very vocal about it. Why do you think we don't have those as far as sourcing is concerned? हम जब resume देते हैं और हमारे पास अपने जो biases होते हैं, तो हम बोलते हैं यार ये particular gender जो है इस role के लिए appropriate नहीं है. right? And so when we have biases towards gender, towards religion, towards countries, towards languages, both conscious and unconscious bias, they do play into obviously this process as well of sourcing. So अगर हमारे पास एक model है, अगर हमारे पास technology है, to an extent that takes care of that biases at least in the first stage, then that's the right thing to do. Not just from doing the like I said जो मैंने पहले आपसे explain करा, fairness के point of view से, transparency के point of view से, consistency के point of view से, but it's absolutely the right thing to do for the company as well as the candidate. So that's being inclusive, right? अगर आपके पास graduate program है and आपके पास 500 resumes आते हैं, you know, how fair do you think your assessment process is? If there are 5 recruiters, all of them come into the process with their own biases, you cannot guarantee that it's going to be fairness 100%. Second one, like I already explained, it's complete assessment, right? आप किसी को assess कर रहे हैं, that's not on a specific area. You're making sure that you're looking at the candidate holistically, right? आपको जो competencies चाहिए, आपको जो skill sets चाहिए, वो तो आपको मिल ही रहे हैं, but you are making sure that you are really evaluating the candidate holistically. And you'll be surprised, you might find out things about the candidate which are not very obvious, especially in a country like ours. अगर आप assessment करके वो feedback candidates को दे रहे हैं, तो मेरे हिसाब से वो तो charity work हो रहा है. The thousands and thousands of candidates that we have, जिनके पास इनके resumes भी अच्छे नहीं होते हैं, the poor kids don't know how to write resumes, right? And not just I would say fresh graduate level के ऊपर, even mid-career level के ऊपर, the resumes I've seen, it makes me cry. तो अगर पूरा उनको assess कर रहे हैं, not just on the basis of what university they come from, and उनके पास क्या job है, I think we're doing great work here to assess them completely, but also to give them feedback, right? और feedback आप सिर्फ resume की basis पे नहीं दे सकते. अगर आपके पास एक platform है, if you're doing any sort of a tech-based assessment which is holistic, then you can give that feedback holistically. Third one, especially zooming in on Gen Z and millennials, we want all good customer experience. We don't want you to fill out a form and upload my resume and answer questions. I want an experience जहाँ पे मैंने, for example, अगर कोई platform है, वहाँ पे जाके मैंने for example, एक test दिया, if it's a game, I played a game, and it's a good experience for me. It's online. I don't have to deal with people. I don't have to upload my resume, right? I don't have to answer 15 questions, right? Each time I apply for a job. And going forward, that becomes very important. Right now, we actually have so-called employers market where we've got a lot more candidates and we don't have that many jobs, good jobs. जिस तरह disruption technology और textile industry का चल रहा है आजकल, अगर ये 2 साल चल गया, my guess is that it will actually start to turn towards an employees market. It is an employees market as far as tech job is concerned, but overall, अगर disruption continue रहा, it will disrupt the entire market. And what do you think will happen when this turns into an employees market? आप दुनिया में कहीं भी किसी country में देखें where it's an employees market, companies will not have a choice, right? Candidates will say, if you don't move to a better candidate experience in the first step, I'm not even going to bother with you. तो आपका सारा attraction strategy जो है, ये HR की strategy वो एक जगह पर रहेगी. So the first point of contact, which is the candidate experience, becomes imperative, right? You don't want to wait for that point. You want to start right now. You want to build your EDP. You want to build your brand name of a company that actually gives candidates a good experience from the first go. So creating a good impression is very important, right? And I'm not going to talk about the things that जिससे जो indirect link है engagement का, productivity का, which comes down the road. So we want to think about good customer experience from the first go. Very important for us, which is reduction in time to hire. I don't have to say the thousands and thousands of manpower hours that you will save, indirect cost that you will save. अगर आपके सारे talent के बंदे जो हैं, resourcing के बंदे जो हैं, वो are actually doing value-added work rather than reviewing resumes, which doesn't add value. At least in the first stage, especially in processes where there are mass volume, right? Graduate programs, mid-career recruits, especially for companies, there are a few hundred roles and they hire. They get a lot of resumes. It's priceless, right? We should not be spending times, going through each and every resume. There is technology available now. We should be using those technologies. So for HR, it's reduced time to hire. Massive benefit for us, right? Second last thing, Fifth benefit is value-added talent acquisition. To me, talent acquisition is not recruitment, and recruitment is not talent acquisition. Recruitment, आप हर बंदा कर रहा है, but very few companies do talent acquisition. Talent acquisition is actually starting from your sourcing pipeline, आपकी जो strategy है, to talent management, to retention, and so on and so forth, right? तो अगर आप ये technology use कर रहे हैं, and you are hiring obviously through the process, but you're also adding a lot more value add through talent acquisitions. तो talent management आप critical roles की बात करते हैं, ठीक है? आप इस process के through you will generate insights, right? I'll give you an example. If you have a platform, online platform जो assess करता है candidates को, and let's say you're looking for five competencies for a particular role, right? And you might find out कि आपके पास 500 applicants आए, and through the first stage, let's say 70 of them qualified on those 5 competencies. But if you have a tool, an AI-driven tool, for example, what it will also tell you is that there are 12 other candidates who are master sellers, right? And there are 10 other candidates who negotiate like they're the best in negotiation, right? That's value-added talent acquisition to me. Okay, you're absolutely fulfilling the purpose जो आपका है, but you're getting other things out of that process as well. And this is not possible through traditional channels. लेकिन आपके पास एक tool है, technology है जो आप use कर रहे हैं, right, to meet your needs, but it's also giving you a lot of other good things जो आपको काम आ सकता है. And that's really value-added thing to me. हम analytics की बात करते हैं, analytics का advantage यही है कि आपको जो specific areas focus के हैं, उसमें आपको data मिल रहा है, आप insights drive कर रहे हैं. But there is a lot more that you can do with that. And that's my 6th point, is that it's a gold mine of data and data insights. आपके पास अगर ये कोई भी किस्म का टेक्नोलॉजी या प्लेटफॉर्म है, आप यूज कर रहे हैं, you can drive amazing level of insights, analytics, and you can really elevate your talent decision making. There is absolutely no doubt in my mind. It's a very powerful tool, not just in terms of हम जो internally काम करते हैं to elevate the functional excellence in HR, but when you take analytics to drive decision making with the business leaders, it's not about opinions and what I feel and भाई मुझे लग रहा है. You're taking facts and figures, right? And you'll be surprised. Companies who actually do this will probably tell you, attest to it कि जब आप analytics driven talent decision making ले रहे हैं and यही discussion आप leaders के साथ लेके जा रहे हैं, the entire theme, the feeling of that conversation changes completely, right? Leaders have very strong opinions about everything, right? लेकिन जब आप analytics, facts and figures लेके जाते हैं और उससे robust discussion करते हैं, leaders will have a very strong challenge arguing against it, no matter how strongly they feel. Sixth benefit, which is at least personally to me the biggest one, that the amount of data that you can generate. A few platforms that I do know जो data collect करते हैं और जिसकी basis पे they are able to run a lot of amazing cool things. It just allows us to become better leaders, make really elevated talent decision making. So I think to me it's one of the biggest advantages of having a AI-driven talent platform. So that's really the summary of the few thoughts that I had. Like I said, we need to think about the macro environment and how that links to HR in today's time. We don't have an excuse to not invest in technology and building up our skill sets. Why AI in talent sourcing I think is the right thing to do. Like I said, of all the issues we've had traditionally in terms of assessment, I think it really takes care of that. And obviously I shared a few benefits in terms of why should we be using this, right? It just sounds good, but it's not just about sounding good. We must use it because you want to become better business partners, you want to become better leaders, you want to do the right thing, and above all, as far as fairness, transparency, and complexity is concerned, consistency concerned, we should be doing that all the time in all the decisions we make. So with that, I'll stop here and happy to take any questions. Thank you.